Next, our second speaker is Darlene Bearl. She has been a member since 1977, having experienced everything the Toastmaster program has to offer in the fields of communication and leadership. She embraces a Toastmaster motto of better thinking, better listening, better speaking. The title of her speech is Be Seen, Be Heard, Be Brief, and Be Seated. The emphasis will be on the be heard part. Be seen, be heard, be brief, be seated. Distinguished Toastmaster, Darlene Bearl.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. The information and suggestions I'm sharing this evening apply to any speaking situation, whether it be at a Toastmaster meeting, a business meeting, a meeting of an organization that you may belong to, a one-on-one conversation, even a job interview. First, see and be seen. What is the size of your audience? Is it 1 or 101 or somewhere in between? Can you see the whites of their eyes? Can they see the whites of your eyes? If not, you have to adjust. Know your environment. Let's start the time. Know your environment. Is it outdoors? Is it indoors where it's quiet, organized, and formal? Is it outdoors where there's the sound of traffic going by or people walking by, such as I've done when I've conducted a tour for the Historical Society? Is it a meeting online? Do you have to wear a mask, which may muffle your voice? Whatever the situation is, you must be in front of the audience. I personally don't like it when the speaker will walk into the audience. They want to get close to the audience. Well, the speaker then has their back to part of the audience and may have lost their attention. I've seen people walk out when that happens. Second, be heard. Well, isn't that why you're here? To be heard. I have 3 exercises that will teach you how to learn how to be heard and understood by the audience. You, the members of the audience, will participate in all 3 exercises. Now, I'll assume that you are alone. I assume that. You can remain on mute. I don't need to hear you. You don't need to hear everybody else. If you have someone in the room nearby you where they may hear you, well, ask them if they want to join. After all, it will be good for them anyway. Now, most importantly, you must be loud enough to be heard. You can be great at organizing your material. You can be great with vocal variety, but if you can't be heard, nothing else matters. It's like watching TV with the sound off. Know that when you speak, the volume may be louder in your head, and it may not be loud enough for the audience. I've talked with speakers who had no idea how soft-spoken they were during table topics or a speech. Often their reply is, I felt like I was shouting. The first exercise we're going to do is on how to increase the volume of your voice. First, when you are going to practice increasing the volume, practice in a place where you can hear back the sound of your voice. In a bathroom, a small room, a vehicle is the best ever. Select a phrase or a sentence from the text of your speech or a saying. But tonight we are going to use the sentence, I am the world's greatest speaker. And I want you to say it with me, but first begin with a whisper. Say it, I am the world's greatest speaker. Now say it again a little louder. I am the world's greatest speaker. Again, a little louder. I am the world's greatest speaker. Now you'll hear yourself. You'll feel it in your throat. You'll feel it in your lungs and diaphragm. And keep getting louder and louder until you are shouting. And we are going to shout. Project your voice to the other side of the wall. Here we go. I am the world's greatest speaker. Did I break the screen? Did I break? Exactly, Jeff. Yes, that's exactly what you should do. Because you want to hear all this, experience all this. When you begin your presentation, you should be aware of all these three things: to hear yourself, feel it in your throat, and to feel it in your lungs and diaphragm. With your first words such as Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Now that you have the volume in your voice, you must speak clearly and deliberately. You must enunciate the words. And this all happens with the muscles in your face, in your throat, inside your mouth. That includes your tongue, the back of your tongue, every place. We have all been in a situation where somebody will say something and you didn't understand a word they said. It sounded just like a foreign language. In fact, those who do speak a foreign language use different muscles to form their words, just as we Americans do. That's why it's hard to learn a foreign language, because you're using different muscles. Our second exercise is to practice to enunciate, speak clearly and deliberately. Now, first, we're going to loosen up your facial muscles, all your muscles. Repeat after me. E, ooh, la, la, la. Make sure you move those muscles. Stick out your tongue. E, ooh, la, la, la. You can then say the letters of the alphabet with emphasis, with enunciate. Go through the whole alphabet. A, B, C, D. Now pay special attention to letters like M and N. They often sound the same. Or an S and a T. So exaggerate your face when you are practicing the alphabet. You can even challenge yourself with a few tongue twisters. I don't have any right now, but you can find some. Now, let's say our target sentence, but enunciate every word, say it clearly and deliberately. I am the world's greatest speaker. You notice you have to slow down to do this. And don't forget to add the volume. Don't forget to use your facial muscles with each word. I am the world's greatest speaker. Got it? That's what you have to do. Exaggerate. Now, we've practiced increasing volume. We've practiced speaking clearly, deliberately, and to enunciate our words. And how many times have you heard someone suggest to a speaker, you could use more vocal variety in your presentation? Many times, many times. And the question that follows is always, how do I do that? Well, here's how you do that. You add emotion or no emotion. You add energy. You get louder. You get softer, but not so soft that your audience can't hear you. You add pauses. That means say nothing for a beat or two, or you speed up, or you slow down. The third exercise is how to add vocal variety. Let's go to our practice sentence. Say it. I am the world's greatest speaker, but this time say it with energy and emotion, whatever emotion you want. Do this by adding body language. Stand tall. Take a few steps and throw up your arms, exaggerate, go overboard. You ready? I am the world's greatest speaker. Got it? Yeah, makes a difference, doesn't it? Now we're going to say one word at a time as if it is the most important word in that sentence. I am the world's greatest speaker. 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 Get it? Yes. Now, when practicing your next speech, you do all three of these exercises. Increase the volume, move your muscles, and include vocal variety. I do this with every presentation. When I was doing tours for the Historical Society, whether they be ghost tours when I'm walking downtown or out at a cemetery tour, I did this all the time, and it makes such a difference. I know what you're saying. If I sound like this during my speech, I'm going to look silly. Well, remember, these exercises are meant to create an awareness of your current speaking style. You are going from one extreme to another, from soft-spoken to outlandish. But when you start speaking, communicating, whatever, you will come back to somewhere in the middle where it's comfortable for you, but better. So join me. I am the world's greatest speaker. See? Now the third part was be brief. I'm done. Now I will be seated. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Darlene. Great speech.